Hello everyone, welcome to Optimal Timelines. I am your guide, Sean Collins, and helping you to connect to your most optimal future timeline. So it's that time again. It's going to be your monthly tarot readings for the month of May 2021. And as always, it's going to be for your North Node by sign and house. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what your North Node is, in the description box below, there's going to be a couple of videos that explain it. But the reason, as my regular viewers know, the reason I use your North Node by sign and house as opposed to your sun, moon, or ascendant is because I find that the readings are much more accurate and much more relevant. So people that share the same North Nodes by sign and house have much more in common with each other than people that share the same sun sign, for example, or moon or ascendant. So as I said, you can check the description box below if you have any questions about your North Node. And let's get started. Okay, so this is going to be the monthly tarot reading for everybody with their North Node in Aquarius and or the 11th house. So I'm going to connect to the energies and then we can begin. I call upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, do the shuffle. Okay. So this side of the table, the spread over here, this is for the first half of the month from the 1st to the 15th. And then this side represents the second half of the month from the 16th to the end. Okay, so really, really interesting things going on for you this month. Now, there is a lot of emotional healing that is taking place this month and that is ongoing. This has kind of been a lifelong thing. Now, for a lot of you, what I'm getting is that you have a lot to be thankful for in your life. Things you're not even thinking about, like things, and what you're learning right now is there's two things with this. There's emotional healing that's taking place, but you're also learning to love life again, or love life at a different, higher level almost. So it's like falling in love with life, falling, in love with the process of life. Also, celebrating life. Okay, so for a lot of you, I feel like there's going to be actual physical celebrations that you're going to experience. But what's this whole thing of this healing you're going through, and you've been going through, is to get a new, like I said, fall in love with life, to find passions in life. Now, the first half of the month, okay, this is really about you coming into your power, or coming back to your power. And what I'm seeing for a lot of you is that there's been a lot of emotional bumps that you've experienced. And what's happened is, for a lot of you, even though you don't realize it, because you have having your south node in Leo and or the 5th house, because your north node's in Aquarius and the 11th house, okay? This Leo energy, you have huge hearts, okay? You have the capacity to really open your heart. And a lot of people that do have this north node, what ends up happening is they try to, in this lifetime, rely so much on the south node Leo or 5th house energy, and it doesn't work in this lifetime. But what ends up happening is, when they open that heart, they wear it on their sleeve, they have this childlike innocence and openness. It's like this lifetime, if it's not tempered, the reason, because to move to the north node, sometimes we can get slapped down, okay, in different ways. It's almost like and we process that in different ways, where we'll process it, and just like we can close off our heart, we're like, wow, why did that happen? And really the reason it's happening, if you've experienced this, like people doing or saying things, unkind things, or you're feeling like not appreciated in situations in your life, whether it's work, relationships, family, whatever. The reason is it's because the universe, with your astrology chart, is trying to redirect you toward Aquarius and the 11th house. And you're not supposed to. What ends up happening with a lot of people, if they get too many of these, they can completely actually cut off their heart energy, block out that creative flow, because it's almost like they keep hitting these roadblocks. Okay, so what this is saying is, you have these tremendous gifts that have to be used, but they have to be used in certain ways. And the certain ways is going toward Aquarius or the 11th house, using them in service to humanity, in service to the universe, in service to the earth, in service to, in helping people. So remember, those gifts, they're not all about you. Those were all of the gifts that we have as humans. We use them, and I'll say manipulate them in this life. Manipulate not being a bad word, meaning that we're using them and working with them, but they don't come from us. So like everything, all creativity, it's part of the collective in the universe. It's part of the planets, galaxies. It's in animals, plants. Like this energy, we're just centers of consciousness that focus in those gifts. So some people, they have different gifts. Okay, you do have tremendous gifts, and that's what you're learning with this first half of the month, is to realize that you need to open up your heart again. You need to tap into that part of yourself, that inner child, that inner exuberance, and bring that back into your life, because that has so much creative potential, okay? But you want to make sure that you put it out in the world in a controlled way, and in something that's in alignment with that Aquarian, 11th house, stuff. And it's not just there, for Leo or the 5th house. It's not just there for you, but you're using it in service, And I'm seeing over here, if we go to the second half of the month, okay, when I said you're going through emotional things, I really feel like some of you have gone through some really harsh things, where I'm picking up like people said some not nice things at all, some things that could have been hurtful, and really, really, you know, really, really did close off that heart space for you, and also could be like mentally, you know, closing off in your emotional space. And so what's coming in for you is there are certain people here that you've gone down a certain road, and that could be in a relationship, in a job, in a situation with a family member, and you know, you've gone down a certain road or roads, and that road is not going to lead you where you want to go. So I'll give you a quick example. Like, let's say that, you know, someone that has this south node in Leo and or the fifth house, let's say that they really, even though they have these creative gifts, they've tried to become someone famous, let's say. And, you know they have gifts. It could be gifts in art. It could be gifts in music, singing, you know, drama. It could some sort of creative endeavor, okay? But this is not a lifetime for, it doesn't mean you can't be famous, but it has to be in alignment with these Aquarian ideals. So, for example, you might have gone down a certain road of you're just hammering away, trying to force these gifts, these creative gifts on the world, but it's for them to recognize you as someone special, and you are someone special, but you're not supposed to be fighting to get recognized or fighting to get recognition. When you give to the world, when you give to the collective, your gifts in some way, and as I said, if you're unclear with what that means, just research North Node in Aquarius and or the 11th house. But when you give, you can gain notoriety, you can use your creative gifts, you can, you know, gain all these things. But as I said, it has to be used in service. And if it's not used in service to the collective, then those gifts are kind of slapped down. And that's where I'm getting this like emotional hurt. You could have probably heard some, you know, could have been some really harsh things, like some people in situations could have been really harsh. So what this is, in order to win, you just have to redirect things, open up your heart again, okay? But open it up intelligently, open it up in service to others. Don't be dependent on people and the world to give you applause, okay? Don't be dependent on the world to, give you notoriety, okay? This is a lifetime for you to give of yourself, and things you'll find happiness that way, okay? Because some of you, as I said, you might find that certain roads, that was one example, you might have gone down certain roads in relationships, okay? And those roads are not leading to your happiness. And so a lot of you are realizing you're seeing kind of the dead end. And that's okay. Don't beat yourself up. Don't say, wow, like I wasted all my time doing this. It's simple. Just don't get emotional about it. It's like, okay, it's a life experience. I went down a road. It didn't work. You just simply backtrack and you find the road you're supposed to be on. And it's as simple as that. All it is a life experience. We're all here just to learn and to experience different things. And we all have gone down, certain roads. And you just have to readjust. It's like a navigation system. Just recalibrate and, get that GPS on the proper thing, which is, remember, it's going toward the 11th house in Aquarius, okay? So anyway, I hope this reading was helpful. If you have any questions or would like a personal reading, there's going to be a link in the description box below. Go out there, keep doing the good work. I know it hasn't been easy, but there is a payoff if you keep doing this work, keep following your north node, and it's going to really, really pay off. You'll see the more you do it, it's going to really, really pay off. So thank you again for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing, helping me grow the channel. Much love, many blessings. We'll talk to you soon.